Dixie Decker here, Springfield, Missouri, also the queen of student housing, but today we're going to do some things a little differently. I'm going to roll out a new little mini series on, let's call it business. I've recently been challenged to just help a lot of people streamline their businesses. So I think my big thing is run your business like a business, not a hobby. And this fine gentleman next to me is my father. And I picked up a lot of my run your business like a business skills from him and all the years that he ran his business. So I wanted to start off with a little interview of him. So I have 4 questions here on my phone, and I'm going to ask everybody the same 4 questions, and we can see the difference in what people have to say about their businesses or what drove them. So here we go. All right. Tell us your name, Dad.
Dennis Decker.
This is my father. All right, and I really have looked up to him. He ran a very successful business for very, very many years, like my whole life. And so tell us one piece of advice you would give to business owners today that you think is the most important thing people should know.
Well, I think when you start a business, there's a lot more to it than just that. you gotta know what you want to do, and it's got to be fun for you. Otherwise, it's work, and if you got to work, that's not fun. So pick something that's fun, and that way it won't be work. I was fortunate for 30 years to do a job that was fun, so I never had a job. I never woke up one morning and said, hey, I don't want to go to work. Every day I was ready to go. The other thing I would say is surround yourself with smart people, very smart people. Don't be the smartest guy in the room or gal. Pick a good CPA, a good attorney, a good insurance person, a good banker. Those are important people to have. Also, understand who you are. That's the most important thing I can say to you. Understand your weaknesses and surround yourself with people that have those strengths that you're missing.
I took away work hard, play hard. Okay, one thing.
You said one.
I know. It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing you would do differently if you were starting over today versus when you started a few years ago.
I would have done it sooner. I put it off for several years thinking there would be a better time. I wouldn't have done that again. I'd have just jumped in both feet.
I like that. All right. In your opinion, because I believe you're very successful in your industry and far better than a lot of others that you competed with. So in your opinion, what set you apart from others in your industry to catapult that success and get you where you wanted it to be?
Well, I'd like to believe it was sincerity and honesty and hard work. And I sold myself. I believed in the product that I was selling, but I believed more in myself than I did the product. And I sold that to the people, that I was the guy that was going to take care of their business for them.
I like that. All right, and then this is the big one. And seems to me I get asked this one more often now than I ever have before. So, what drew you to the industry you were in, or made you pick that business to make it your passion to live by?
Unfortunately, I didn't pick it, it picked me.
How so?
Well, like so many people, I think, you really don't know what you want to do unless you've been groomed that way from a childhood. I had no idea what I wanted to do except I wanted to make money, a lot of it. And I wanted to have fun doing it. But what actually drew me into the business was I was recruited by a person that owned a company that was in the business that I ended up in. And he saw something in me that he thought would complement his company. And frankly, I made him very successful before I started my own.
Very good. All right. Is there anything else you would say before we end this? Because I don't have any more questions, but is there one more thing you would like to share, with the exception of, I just want to point out, like, this is retirement behind us and around us, and it makes it fun, and he still gets to have fun. So one more thing you want to share with people?
Know who you are. That's probably the most important thing I would share with you. If you do not believe in the product that you're selling, don't sell it. It's got to be real. It's got to be part of you. It needs to be an extension of you, and you represent it 100%.
And that's the Harley clock going off behind us. So would you say if someone, because I'm in the real estate space, and so we have totally different businesses from what you were in and what I'm in now. Would you say anyone looking to get into the real estate industry, if they don't have a passion behind it or a full belief in that process, success is going to be far behind them?
Well, your business is considerably different than anything I was involved in. I think what's important in this particular piece of business is to depend on people like you that's already been there, done that, can guide them through it. As you know, procedure manuals are the main thrust of any company, in my opinion. If you don't have it written down and you lose people, then you spend so much time retraining.
Yep.
And then there's no consistency either. But as a whole, I'd say in your business, you really should be able to do some of the things yourself.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, then you got to have people that you know can do it.
I think
That's
true.
what's really, really important.
I think it's true. And I think that's the biggest thing when we started the real estate business is, well, there was nothing when we started it. So everything I did, I documented because I just could hear you in the back of my head saying, if it's not written down, no one can ever do it besides you.
Well, and you want your business to run without you. That's the whole key. That's what makes, in my opinion, that's the success of a business, is when you can walk away and you've got staff that'll take it and run with it, and you don't have to worry about it.
I agree. Well, thank you for
You're
doing this
welcome.
with me today. His big debut in retirement.